Hi everyone, this is Gavino at Geeks Cornucopia, and today I wanted to do something a little different. Today I wanted to talk about a question that me and some friends had, and that was, while playing Battlefront 2, one of my friends asked, hey, what would it be like if some of the Lantern Corps existed in the Star Wars universe, like Green Lantern, Red Lanterns, where would they take place, and how would that affect everything? But since there's so much to cover on so many different topics, if this were to actually happen, I'm just going to focus on one at a time, and this is all just stuff based on my opinions and things that I know. If you don't agree with it, then that's okay. If you do agree with it, alright. Please like the video, leave whatever in the comments, if you agree, why you agree, and why you don't agree, if you don't. Really, I want to hear some feedback on this, because it's actually something I've been focusing really hard on, because it's kind of an interesting topic, and a nice crossover, I think. Okay, first off, easiest one I think to discuss. The clones would probably fit well with the Green Lantern Corps, because as everyone knows, Green Lantern Corps is the color of Willpower, and Willpower I think pretty much shows for the clone army because of all the stuff they've been through that we see like in the Clone Wars cartoon, all the different battles. And the droids I kind of want to say would fit the category of maybe the Manhunters. Now the Manhunters were actually the first Green Lantern Corps. When the Guardians of Oa tried creating the Green Lantern Corps, they used Manhunters, which are basically robots, and they have all been programmed to only follow logic. Now I think the Confederate would kind of go with that because, you know, they're also robots, they're also out to conquer, but the Manhunters viewed everything with their logic to be pretty much not worth protecting or anything that the Guardians originally planned. And the Green Lantern Corps is a bunch of different people, and they all are not the same race. Like, there are multiple sectors, multiple alien races, and the clones, yeah, they're all kind of the clones, or they're all the same, but they're all slightly different, and they all have their own different personalities, so there's kind of like a melting pot, pretty much. That's why I believe the Green Lantern Corps fits best for the clone armies. But also, in the Green Lantern Corps, there are different ranks of Green Lanterns. Like, Kilowog was a sergeant. He was the one like also training people. Hal Jordan pretty much was like one of the front line kind of people. There's the same kind of structure of that in the Green Lantern Corps, just like how the clones work. One thing too that's also really interesting about the Green Lantern Corps, it wasn't a thing that lasted long, but there was actually a modified squad of Green Lanterns. I believe it was 5. It was almost 6, but John Stewart, the Green Lantern that you might know from the Justice League cartoon show, animated series, and the alternate skin for Green Lantern in Injustice 2. He actually did not want to be part of it, and what they were the Alpha Corps. Now the Alpha Corps was a special unit of Green Lanterns that were kind of like the Manhunters. They focused more on logic, and they didn't just go against other threats of like other Lantern Corps. They also kept other Green Lanterns that in line if they were not following orders. I kind of feel like that might work as the Bad Batch that you've seen in the Clone Wars cartoon show, because the Bad Batch was a group of clones that were mutated, and they're all different. I thought, you know, the same thing kind of with the Alpha Corps. The Alpha Corps is unique because, unlike other Green Lanterns, they had their power batteries infused with them, so they wouldn't have to change, or not change, they wouldn't have to recharge. And that's where I think it kind of fits with the Bad Batch, where they're mutated, they could easily also be kind of like altered in a different way. And I just think that'd be pretty cool to have a mutated, altered Green Lantern clone squad. And the Alpha Corps did missions pretty much that were given directly from the Guardians of Oa, kind of like how the Bad Batch works. Now the last two things on this topic that I want to go over. who is going to be in charge of the Green Lantern Clone War kind of army, that would obviously be the Kaminoans, because Kaminoans, of course, they're in charge of, you know, the clones, manufacturing them, training them, giving them their gear and everything. And the Guardians of Oa pretty much are like that, but they were also pretty much like judges and juries. And I feel like with extra power, that could be like the Kaminoans. And like the Kaminoans, the Guardians of Oa also did start the Green Lantern Corps, and it made it possible. The second thing I want to go over is a little thing that the planet of Oa has. It's a giant power battery known as the Central Power Battery. That is pretty much what is the giant nuclear plant for all the Green Lantern's power batteries. Now, inside of it, there's actually an entity, pretty much, and it's called Ion. It looks like a space whale, at least in what I've seen in books. It looks like a space whale to me. Now, Ion is pretty much the avatar of Willpower. Now, what would the avatar of Willpower be in the Star Wars universe? Honestly, I kind of want to say maybe it could be like a giant whale, maybe still, or something crazier. I don't really have a solid opinion on it, because I feel like the way that Ion looks already is actually pretty cool. And if you were wondering of what else makes the Alpha Corps different from the regular Green Lantern Corps, they also have their own oath. And it goes, in days of peace, in nights of war, obey the laws forevermore. Misconduct must be answered for. Swear us the chosen Alpha Corps. And that's kind of where I'm just going to leave this video off right now. I mean, there's a lot more to talk about, and there's like 7 Lantern Corps and another one, so 8, known as the Ultraviolet Corps. Maybe I'll do a whole overview video on all that too later in the future, but for now I just wanted to kind of do this what if series little styled thing that me and my friends were talking about. I had a lot of fun thinking about it, and I do want to seriously hear other people's opinions, so please like the video, leave in the comment what you think, and yeah. And the next topic that I want to cover, what would the Jedis and the Sith be? I'm pretty sure everyone has a good idea of what the Sith would be as far as like the lantern colors go, because each lantern color is a different emotion. And I'm pretty sure we all have a good idea of what the Sith would work with as far as emotions.
Now, Jordan. Red Lanterns?
Atrocitus and Dexstar. Agents of Vengeance. Powered by rage.